Hello.
Hello again.
Sorry about the delay. We've had some technical difficulties, but it happens. So we're going to share this and start getting some people in here, and hopefully we'll get down to some questions, concerns, some good old fun.
Comments, lecture, humor, ridiculous comments.
Exactly. The usual.
Lots of stuff.
So right now, if you guys are seeing this video, grab the link, share it to your friends, family, cousins, uncles, brothers, sisters, nephews, baby daddy, and everybody else.
It is really hard to look at the wrong camera, or the right camera.
Which camera? That one or this one?
That camera.
I don't know which camera.
Camera over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
It happens.
Like the baby daddy comment.
No, thank you. Yeah. I have my moments.
I don't. I have no idea what that was.
Me neither.
Just gonna keep looking in the camera. Being pretty special.
Hello. You can see rocking the new t-shirt.
I should have put that on, shouldn't I? Why did I yeah. You didn't hear that. And actually, we have no idea if anybody's hearing this or not, so maybe you really didn't hear that.
So it's worth a try.
Should I do something over here?
Yeah, sure. There should be a big video right there. Look at that shit. Just scroll down here and see if there's any comments.
Shows up on the back?
Sure.
Okay. Is it weird that I'm like
Looking at
pointing the
yourself.
screen,
Looking at yourself.
looking at that screen, typing on that computer? I get tech. I have some tech. I'm not like tech illiterate, but yes, this is on.
Yes, welcome to Fun and Excitement, Cardiovascular Degeneration.
Really?
I'm not kidding at all.
Okay. I'm just gonna sip on my beverage here. Yeah.
Yay.
Oh wow, that looks pretty.
That sure does.
Suggestive. No idea if you are seeing what's going on, but if you are, it's kind of amusing.
A little bit, yeah. Oh, look.
See, when I look over there, I'm somehow looking to the wrong side. Now that the camera, yeah, this is just.
Yeah, look that way and have us looking left.
Okay.
No. Who knows?
There's supposed to be a comment bar, isn't there?
Yeah, I'll just click the comment thing, man.
Oh, that would just respond. Okay.
See, when we get you on Facebook, you'll understand.
I don't want Facebook. But this is not exactly the best forum for me to go off of my Facebook rant. Wouldn't make a lot of sense right now.
He's just kidding, man. He's got like $10 million in Facebook stock. Don't let him lie to you.
So bad. You could probably pull off like $10 in Facebook stock. About it.
We go back
To the beverage.
10 pennies.
I'll find them. I hear him jingling in somebody's pocket right now. We're not going to elaborate on that joke.
Cut. We'll leave that one alone.
For now. Probably eventually say things that are wildly inappropriate. It'll offend somebody, no matter what.
That's kind of what happens.
You don't know what to do.
You've been invited.
To a haunted good time?
Turn it on.
I did.
Okay.
I'll check again.
Why not, right?
It says on.
If it says on, then it's on. If it's on, then it's on, then it's on.
That's what she. No, never mind. Not right now. Not even going there. Maybe that made it funny. Pretending like I was going to say it, but not. I don't know.
I'm with you.
Sometimes I have a sense of humor that works. Frequently. Just scares people and they know people are trying to. Is what it is. And back to the beverage again.
Wah, wah, wah. We don't need that one no more.
You don't need
So,
no.
you guys remember the song?
The Sun.
Song. The Sun song.
I don't remember the Sun song.
No, either.
I did see the sign. And I opened
I
up
saw
my eyes.
the sign.
I saw. Wow, I really just went there. People, I'm just trying to be funny. I don't know if it works. We really have no idea if people are on here right now or not. And again, just like last time, we'll be doing this by request. So you've got to let us know what you'd like us to answer. We're just trying to kill time right now.
Yeah, because in the meantime, we're just going to talk about rambling stuff.
Mm-hmm. Probably make some ridiculous movie and song references. Big shocker.
Because that's what we do.
We're trying to make this 2-camera thing work, and it's
kind of working, but we're not working, but it's working. It's getting better.
So I was using this Ouija board the other night. No, I wasn't. Somebody want to write in and tell me why I shouldn't? Or not. That works too. So we have somewhere between no people.
No, there's at least two.
And a few thousand.
There's at least two and possibly 20 billion. I mean, come on. Wah, wah, wah. So first off, we'll kind of get a little serious here for a minute as we're waiting for people to join us. Um, this is kind of a rough week. There's been some strange things going on in the world, as well as some horrific things that has happened in Florida. And, collectively, all our thoughts and prayers are with everyone that's going through such a terrible time in Florida. Never should have happened, but it did. Mental illness is a thing, and if you see something, say something. And that just goes for anything. So, please keep everyone in your prayers.
We're well aware there's very serious views on it. And we've probably even got some that may align with some people watching and may not align with some people watching, but we want to be respectful and real, showing that respect. It sucks that bad things happen. I think on that particular subject, I hope they understand that I mean that. And we're not going to go down some of those extreme views right now because it seems nearly impossible to just converse about them. I do remember a time when there could be such a thing as healthy argument.
What?
Yeah, there was a purpose in it.
I mean, there's a thing called a debate where people can discuss different viewpoints without argumentative and thinking that you colluded with Russia.
Without having to think that you just hate and despise the other side automatically because you have different views. But yet somehow both people's views just want things to be good. And so, yeah. See, I even just minorly dabbled in it. And I started to say things that probably aggravates me. It is what it is. What we say with the utmost respect for the people that were affected. We're sorry that bad things happened. I mean it when I say that. Yeah. I'm going to stop with that one right there. Because somehow I'm probably offending somebody by saying we hope the best for the people that have to go through things like that. I probably just aggravated somebody. Sorry, not sorry, however you want to take it.
You know what? We're fine with that because that's what this world's about. You have a viewpoint, I have a viewpoint. They're not always going to be on the same page.
It's allowed.
Yes.
Seriously.
It's called free will, free thought. You can think for yourself. It may be difficult, especially if you listen to a lot of news media. They want you to think a specific way to get their agenda across. And that's all news media, left, right, down the middle, whatever. The thing you have to do is to take all that garbage and decide for yourself what is the best out of all of it. Besides, it used to be that when you turned on the news, you saw this happened. It's factual. Okay. Wait a minute. Now, fast forward to today, you don't know what's factual. There's too many opinions and not enough facts.
So true. I mean, there's those that agree with me, and there's those that are wrong. I mean, I know that. Past that, I'm not quite sure.
You forgot category number 3, those who wear thongs.
Oh, those who wear thongs.
Because they're just always wrong.
Those are those sandal things, right?
Sure. Yeah. It's a sandal.
Remember when we got on here to talk about paranormal stuff?
Yeah, that was like a long time ago. Well, we're kicking it for like 15 minutes now, and nobody's in the chat room, so I'm assuming everybody's out watching football. Football's over, so maybe you're watching, SpaceX launch. That's over too. So, where are you at?
My assumption would be, and I'll use that purposely because maybe it'll fit the statement, There's actually some sort of technical glitch.
I know where you are. I know where they are.
Where?
They're out watching Black Panther.
I don't know how I haven't seen it yet. It's been a hectic few days. I will see it soon, and I bet it's awesome.
I've heard it's already like broken box office records, and who knows? I really don't have a clue.
Good. Looks very awesome.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Marvel keeps knocking it out of the box.
I agree.
Now, our DC buddy. You know that kindergarten saying when you just don't have anything nice to say? Don't say anything at all. It's probably what I should do here, not say anything at all.
Notice he said should do. That means he's not
Oh,
going to.
man. DC, what is wrong with you? Just almost everything you're putting out is just so awful. From beginning to end, in plot, in character development, in writing, in editing.
Special effects. I mean, come on.
Wow. You guys are making a mockery of yourselves. You're insulting your fans. This is stuff that I've been waiting to see since before birth, and I don't care how ridiculous that sounds. And you're just stinking up the screen with almost everything. You're even getting actors and writers and editors and directors that are capable, and somehow it gets time to release the product, and it's just awful. And that's being incredibly polite about it. Just
Yeah, he is.
the equations are not complicated. To make an incredible comic movie, sure, a big budget helps. But the source material and how you can stray from it in certain ways and make the fanboys and girls and everything in between those happy, and the people that don't know what they're supposed to be about happy, it's friggin' easy. For somebody that wants to challenge me on that and say, oh, you think it's so easy when you come to Hollywood and make one? Go ahead, give me the budget. I will come out there, and I promise you, I can absolutely make. Please stop making movies that should be incredible. So friggin' awful. I'm gonna stop. Because this isn't even what it's supposed to be about. Because I'm just tangent talking at this point.
Which is cool. So, I guess we'll kind of rein this in as we're getting some views in here. Some people starting to come in. I know we were kind of supposed to kick this off at 8 o'clock. We had some technical difficulty. Not gonna lie, my computer is kind of sucking right now. But hey, we're pulling through. We're making it.
Again, questions, comments, concerns, paranormal thoughts. Go for it, people. Right here, in front of the computer. We'll answer, we'll talk, we'll have a good time. Dance into the night.
I'm not dancing.
Telling people about my yodeling yoga, and I'm not allowed to tell them about how you dance.
I'm not dancing.
It's incredible. It's like a professional Russian ballet artist. It's beautiful, people.
Wait, there's no Russian collusion. Robert Mueller said it today. No American knowingly participated in any type of. I'm sorry. Just had to get it out there.
I think a bunch of blacked out vehicles just showed up in your driveway.
Probably. And you know what? That's fine. So, I guess we can just kind of ramble and talk about specific and non-specific things. So if we were to ramble about one thing to start with, I'm going to turn it over to Noah. And
seriously,
let him talk about his upcoming yodeling yoga video. It's in production. It's in production.
Yes. People, it's gonna change your world. It really is. Primarily because it's gonna change my world, because we're gonna act like there was any basis for joking about me doing yodeling yoga. I will do my best to entertain, I guess. I really don't know where else to go with it than that. But yep, I am a yodeling yoga enthusiast. Apparently there will be video of this at some point. Look forward to whatever I'm going to put in front of the camera, because, oh wow, that sounded bad. Whatever, we're online, people will take it how they take it. That sounded bad too.
He's going to show you he's nuts.
Oh wow, and this just took a turn for that avenue.
I said that you're nuts, not that you're showing your nuts. You're showing that you're nuts. Does that make sense? Following along?
Sure, if you say so.
Okay. Emphasis on the your. English class. You know, things you're supposed to be learning. Handwriting, arithmetic. Yeah. Welcome, viewer! Tell us your name. Get back to the old days, like on AOL and Yahoo Chat and all those things. ASL. 86 location.
Do you remember all the AOL discs everywhere you went? You'd go home, there would be 9 AOL floppy disks in your mailbox. You go to the grocery store, they get put in each bag.
Yep.
There's somehow ones just sitting in your car. They hand them out at school. The Girl Scouts handed them out. It was everywhere. AOL trial discs everywhere.
It was the expansion of the internet. And gosh, I mean, like you said, everybody had one. I saw, groundhogs and, porcupines. I lived in the country. They're all running around, like standing on the side of the road. I'm like, it's a groundhog. It's going, got a little friggin' AOL disc everywhere.
Oh, I remember having that super advanced 56K modem. Oh, it was incredible.
It took like an hour for a website to download sometimes.
It's all right. Because not too soon after that happened, I do remember playing the shareware version of Doom. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it, but I don't care, because it was awesome. That was some life-changing gameplay right there. Put that on, put in the code, ID choppers for the chainsaw, right? And, oh my god, IDDQD, that was God mode, right? I think. Help me out here, people. I think that was. The chainsaw and God mode. Maybe I'm not allowed to say God mode anymore. I probably just offended somebody else.
Superior being mode.
Okay, whatever. And you just go around and chainsaw mutant aliens, and it was awesome. That and Wolfenstein, friggin' great.
But
good stuff.
You can't forget one of the very first computer games that changed the world. Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Everybody dies from cholera. Would you like to try to ford the river?
No. Cholera.
Everybody dies all the time. I mean, I remember playing Oregon Trail and Mario before that, and we're probably saying the names of a bunch of stuff that we're not even allowed to, so whatever. You can sue me for this cup. And it's his cup, so good luck with that.
Yeah, you ain't getting my cup!
But, Doom, Wolfenstein, Mario. I'll even, go out a long, long ways and stuff like Halo. They elevated video gaming at each point by so much. And look what it is now. VR units at home playing games. I can still put in Mario and die. It's so friggin' hard.
Yeah.
And now look at the stuff we're playing now. It's so much more complicated. That 2D stroller, it just jumps. I don't know. Things are big. It probably means something.
Welcome.
Good beats evil. This needs to be banned.
Oh, that's an excellent video if you guys get to see it. It's on my wall. Go check it out. Watch it. It's pretty
Am
cool.
I supposed to respond to something? Fetuses aren't people? What is this? I don't even know.
So this video, this guy he's talking about multiple things of his, deaths and numbers, and as he's speaking out against
says I'm Greg.
Against violence with guns and everything, and the numbers that he puts out actually is the actual amount funded by taxpayers to perform abortions. So that's what Mr. Stanley is referring to. It was a video I published earlier, reposted. It's a great video. You should watch.
I didn't know what it was, but it just popped up.
It's kind of cool. Look, scroll up there and check it out.
I'm not gonna
We got time. We're not going nowhere. Hi, Aunt Vicky. How's everyone doing there?
Hi, Aunt Vicky. I can't scroll up.
I don't know.
I'll try to at some point. I swear.
See little number 2 up there? Hit that.
Yes.
All the way up there, Nicole. The red 2, yeah, hit that. Okay. Click where.
Yes, I'm literally getting tutored on how to do
I'm
this.
teaching him how to do Facebook.
It's scaring me. It really is.
He's gonna be something soon. Click the wrong one. Okay, go back up to the right. More, there you go. Click on that. It's gonna take you to that post with the video. You can scroll up and watch the video.
I will watch it at some point. I will.
It's cool.
For our dedicated viewers and listeners. Somebody ask something. I am just rambling incoherently at this point.
It's kind of like no, I'm not going to say it. Maybe drink something a little too much.
I almost wish that were true.
Well, hey, I set up the excitement for today, for this event. And let's go back to the post that I posted reminding everyone about this event. So, it's Facebook. I love you, but you're annoying as shit when you block people from, promoting what they're doing. You're an asshole. Fix that, will you?
It went home, and I don't think it went home.
No,
That's all that happened.
That's all.
Okay.
So you can click the second globe. Yeah, that one. Yeah. And you can go back to the video there if you want. That's where you're headed. Well, that's his video, or not our video. Wherever you want to go. Play with it. Learn. Get used to it.
No.
So, I really set this up for some excitement earlier. Here's the post. Some of you may have read it and may not have. So, just a couple hours away. This was a couple hours ago, before we had technical difficulty. So, eat your supper. Put down your 50 Shades of Grey. Get your popcorn. Some pop. Bags of M&Ms. Box of Sweet Tarts. Chips and salsa. Your favorite beer. Some whiskey. Another beer. A little more whiskey. Some vodka. An apple martini.
I don't care.
Box of
It's an
Grippo's
apple tea.
barbecue chips. Some Chipotle. Maybe Starbucks.
No.
Nah, forget Starbucks. Get more whiskey. That's how we set this up earlier. So we're just trying to have some fun. No, this isn't whiskey in our cups. It's produced by God and Mother Nature. Good old water. Cooled by a refrigerator. So this is our dungeon, our lair. My basement. You can see the big movie screen behind us. That's where we get to see some cool stuff. A lot of movies. In fact, while we're waiting, let's do a movie review. What do you think, right?
I guess you said the movie. I've probably seen it. Big shocker.
Wimbledon.
Classic.
Romance.
I don't know where we're supposed to go with this.
I just threw a random one out at you to see if you actually saw it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Love and Other Drugs.
I don't want nothing with that word in it.
You know, I didn't even think about that. Let's see. I'm just going to show this one to help. Hello, Billy. How's it going? Probably a little loud. I didn't mean to be that extremely loud. But tonight we are just full of
It's true.
mixed nuts.
Vicky's coming for a martini. And Billy, how you doing, man?
Martini's good. Haven't had one in a while, but
Chocolate tea.
quite a long while, actually.
Much fun. I mean, no, I'm not talking about alcohol.
That's a little frightening.
Can get a lot frightening depending on how much there is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Hey, there's a person over there.
Oh my goodness! I think we need to turn the camera on.
Person.
Oh, hey, don't run. Come back.
She got a blanket.
Would you lay down?
I don't know. I can't find it.
I wonder how weird it's that we're like talking to somebody that's not here, to like somewhere between 2 and 10,000 viewers.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Well, I really didn't do a review on either one of those.
No, we're just.
Hey, the first one has. Again, you know what? I don't care. We're just talking about stuff that I don't know. That is with Jarvis turned Avenger turned awesome badass that has such great vision.
Gotcha.
Yeah, see where I was going with that?
I was running a little behind there, but
It was just ridiculous reference. And you know they did what they could. We got to make the rom-coms every now and then, and as it goes, that really wasn't too bad. Made you laugh a few times. Good story to it. Tried to make tennis amusing subject matter. Probably just offended more people.
well, if tennis offends you, then Welcome to the club.
If the court could just be like 10 times bigger, so you could actually hit the ball. But see, now I probably just offended like tennis pros because they hit the hell out of it. But it just seems more fun if you could just hit it so much farther. I'm just saying. Whatever.
Hey, you know, I'm right there with you.
We are rying to overcome technically. I'm going to sound mean when I say that, but I actually mean it that. Rying actually makes it more funny because it adds to the comedy.
Hongai Boko!
Well, see, now you just offended somebody too.
You know what's really crazy?
What?
Look, I'm moving. Look at the stuff. This is frightening. What's happening here?
Ooh, it's spooky. Is it a ghost doing that?
Peekaboo! Peekaboo! Good question.
Oh, that I thought I just answered, but apparently I didn't. So
We're giving Noah some Facebook practice time here. He's going to be setting up an account soon and joining the rest of civilization. But, you know, I know there's some people that are kind of stuck in the past, and it's okay.
how is not having Facebook be stuck in the past? Again, this is not the proper venue to rag on Facebook, but just
It's okay.
The damage it does to people. I don't know if I can. I'm gonna stop.
Well, it's just like everything, like alcohol, sex, rock and roll,
Those things have done damage to people.
all in moderation. You have to do it all in moderation. Hey, Billy, where are you located at? We've been everywhere, doing this kind of stuff, helping people, which is fun. Kind of getting a little more serious here for just a second. Paranormal investigation it's a calling. You know, some people are called to be priests. Some people feel they're called to be police officers, doctors, lawyers. You know, this is something that we can't really get away from, even when we tried. It didn't work.
No, it's not. When you're meant to do these things, you're just meant to do these things, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, we're kind of like the bug light of the paranormal. You know, we're out there buzzing around, and something always attracted. So, but no, we're here to have some fun. Anybody got any questions, concerns?
Para comments, things you want to talk about, things that you think you can't talk about, but you really should. Feel free, bring them up. Yes, that's my mic cord. I didn't even wire it under the shirt, so I'm not pro when it comes to tech. Just here to help. I hope we can. Yep. Mm-hmm. Cabbage Patch, the washing machine.
You know, I really don't have a clue what the hell it's called.
It's called the Greg killing time in front of the camera.
It's the fat man moving his hands move. That's what it's called.
I've done that one a few times.
But hey, that's what happens. So right now, everyone who's watching at home on your mobile device, through the internet, through the World Wide Web.
It's interweb.
Interweb. Satellite communication. backdoor channels with foreign governments, wherever you're watching this from.
Ooh.
Even if you're watching from the planet Mars or in Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster flying to Mars or in Uranus, you need to go to customlifestyledesigns.com and order this shirt.
Billy would like to know how long we've been investigating together. Would you like to ramble for a few?
Well, go ahead. I just did the shirt ramble, so.
Oh, you did the shirt one?
Yeah.
Okay, bud. Let's see, what's the best way to... Well, we both started this as kids. You know what? That's not what you asked. Investigating together, we're coming on 15 years. Been in this field since childhood, since before there was TV shows about it. We take it real seriously. Always have, always will. In it to help. It's all we've ever attempted to do. We're both pretty opinionated because we've earned those opinions. I'm a little more direct with it, and apparently I've come across offensive to lots of people, but I'll say it like this, and if you know me, you know I mean this in humor, but I also mean it for real at the same time. There's those that agree with me, and then there's those that are wrong. It is what it is, and take that how you want to take it. But we take all of this very seriously. Sometimes it comes across that we do, sometimes it doesn't come across that we do. So, to wrap it back to what you actually asked and just answer it directly, 15 years and our whole lives, depending on how you want that answer. I hope that fits. Feel free to ask anything else. Again, we're only doing this because we were asked by a whole lot of people, and we don't know if they're not here because of tech stuff or whatever. We've never done this to get on air, but occasionally it ends up that way. So feel free, bud. Ask away. Tell other people to come on here too. In fact, they can come on here and say something mean, whatever, make it interesting.
Billy is one of our contest entrants into the Paranormal Evidence Contest. You got some great stuff in there. I'm hoping you got some great stuff on your last investigation that you were just reviewing. So, evidence review sucks. I mean, it really does. Nobody enjoys doing it. Nobody likes doing it. I mean, you're staring at a TV or computer monitor, or you're listening to audio for hours at a time, and it's nothing thrilling about that. But what you find can change all of that. It just takes one little piece of evidence that you're like, what the hell? And it changes your whole perspective. It refreshes, resets that mentality to where let's find some more.
So what have you found? Yes, I'm speaking to the somewhere between 2 and 10,000 people. Let us know. Talk to us. What have you got? What do you want to talk about? What questions do you have? What crazy subject matter shall we talk about next?
We're coming to you live and in person. It's Saturday night.
Oh, Lauren Michaels is probably pissed at us.
As shitty as that show has gotten over the last 10 years, maybe we just got our own episode.
Maybe. So, and you know what's sad? There's some great comics on there, and something is just not clicking anymore. I don't know what it is. They had the magic for so long.
Late 70s, early 80s, you had Bill Murray, you had Dan Aykroyd, Eddie Murphy, and then you move into the 90s where you had Chris Farley, David Spade.
Good old Mr. Sandler.
Adam
For
Sandler.
about 12 seconds. Chris, gotta get your due. There was, there's ins and outs and throughs from all of it, from people way before us, people in our childhood, and there's been some sense, but there's just something that sure as heck isn't flowing anymore. I don't know. Maybe it's the magic that's being lost in the world.
You know,
I'm not sure.
that's a good statement right there. I've talked with people on and off with Facebook over this whole thing that's happened in Florida, and you have certain groups that are
Right back to you.
always going after one side of the argument, and the other. But the big thing with any situation, no matter what it is, you cannot legislate free will. You can't make a law that's going to change you from one day getting decaf coffee when you're getting regular coffee. You have the right and the free will to change your mind, and that happens in all things. So, I'm not trying to get on a political rant there, but it's just to see how people are so absolute. It's this or that. There's no gray area. There's no middle ground for people to talk about. And, that's one thing we want with the Supernatural and Paranormal University is to have a middle ground on investigation techniques, evidence, everywhere to come and share what you've captured in a roundabout way, back up with data so that we can develop better equipment and move forward. So, and I talked to some groups that said, I use the term of kind of teams and investigators sitting on their evidence, and it sits on a shelf and goes away after they reveal it to their clients. I've had people say, we don't sit on our evidence, we show it to our clients. Okay, good. Now, during that picture you captured, what was the EMF readings? What was the temperature readings? Okay, you captured a certain EMF level, you captured a certain temperature spike or decrease. What good does that do? Great, you have some anomaly that happened. But what if we can take that data and put it with our data, and in this group's 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 data, and put them all together, then we can find and correlate possible what we're looking for. We're going to get the Goldilocks zone, is what I'm calling it, for paranormal activity. Because right now, at a location that you're at, Billy, you may get a 0.9 on an EMF spike, and you capture some great evidence on video. Us, it might happen at a 0.3, and we capture very similar evidence. So we need to know where there's a correlation between any and all of that so that we can develop better equipment to get better results so that we can provide better answers to our clients.
Well said.
Oh, man.
Well, Bud, like I said, I hope that makes sense. But if that's not what you were asking, feel free to tell me to clarify. I don't want to not answer what you're asking. Greg might have a slightly different answer, but it really is. It's about us working together, doing what we can for who we can. There are places that are more fun. There are places that are a lot less fun. But we're in this to do whatever possible for whoever possible, whenever possible. That's the brass tacks of it. Frequently we wish we could do more, like so many people. We do what we can. Todd asked to join. I don't know what I'm doing, but
Click that red button up there, the little red thing. See, this is fun. I'm getting to teach Noah technology. Go ahead and click that where it says
This one?
Yeah, top one. That one. Click.
that one looks more interesting. We won't say why. You'd laugh at me if you knew that. Yeah, maybe you wouldn't.
Look, it's a little approve all button. Go ahead and click that.
Approve all.
Confirm. And welcome to the evolution.
Who are we welcoming?
Welcome, Todd.
Hello, Todd.
Welcome to the group, Todd.
No, I'm gonna go back to that one that was lower than that.
Sure. Okay. So, yeah, I mean,
Miss Amanda Louise, I don't know. Thank you. And Billy, of course.
so yeah, with the wonderful world of paranormal investigation, there's too many egos in it that people just can't get away from. And a huge part of that is them saying, I want to be the one that captures the proof, the final piece of the puzzle that will convince the entire world that the paranormal exists and there's no questioning any further. And there's no bad thing in taking pride in everything that you caught. But your ego and pride, you have to set that aside. We have to do this for the betterment of everyone. You know, we're very proud of the evidence that we've captured. We think it's very good quality evidence, just like everyone else to their own.
I don't know what this is, and I don't want to mess with it.
Just click the little X in the corner. Noah Learning Facebook Part 5. Hit leave the page. Yeah.
Maybe it's neat, but somebody asking for money and no. Goodbye. Oh, wrong thing. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm learning. Feel free to ask stuff when I'm here. By the way, if I'm looking to the side, it's like typing. Again, I'm not super tech savvy, but I'll try to be amusing and answer whatever you've got. Thank you for being awesome, people.
And we definitely appreciate everybody showing up here. So, what I am looking forward to the most is everyone going to the website and ordering this shirt. Because this shirt is going to help many things. You know, the visualization of everyone coming together under one banner to work together. It's kind of like, I don't want to compare it to anything, you know, big or whatever, but it's this whole thing has to be about more than us, more than you, more than me, more than him, more than the dog. You know, there are actually things that we can do to help spirits on the other side. There are things that we can do to help people. And that's all great, grandiose, and wonderful. And I take nothing away from everybody's ability to do that. But we need to work together. Kumbaya. Hold hands around the fireplace. You know, whatever analogy you want to insert here.
My apologies. I'm kind of on my phone. I was answering something that somebody didn't want to post here. For those that have this number, I'm not giving it out, but
I can give it to you right now. Let's see. It's I'm just kidding. Hit me up later.
I would agree there, Mr. Gerber. I truly do. And I, for one, you know, we don't know each other, but I think it's great that you believe in that, and perhaps you do the exact same thing. And if you do, that's awesome. That's selfless. Fantastic, man. Keep doing it. I don't know what he's laughing about, but I have a feeling I'm about to know and probably be a little scared. But, I'm not reading that. that's us.
Read it in here.
No,
Not out there.
I'm reading it. People, just laugh. Seriously, choose anything to laugh about. And I'm not reading this but I agree, and that's awesome.
Cedric Taylor, thumbs up.
Yeah,
Thumbs
seriously,
up.
man. So let's hear from you guys out there. What are some controversial things that you've been through, or that you'd like to talk about that you shouldn't talk about, but you actually should talk about because talking about it is healthy. I swear.
Yeah, let's go back to Bill for a second. Hey, Bill, how long have you been investigating? I've seen some of the things that you entered in the contest and got some really good evidence. So how long have you been in the paranormal field? And while we're waiting for Billy's response, he's organizing an event where he will be at, along with others, at Poasttown Elementary School in Middletown, Ohio.
Awesome.
To try and help raise some money for to help save the place for them. So, that's a good thing. Good no cause, Bill.
There are quite a few people letting me know that they're on here, and it's saying that they're not, so I'm not sure what's going on, but it is official that it's just tech difficult. People, we're doing what we can. Sorry if we're not responding to you. Again,
if you're watching this from another feed, another channel where it's been posted at, to another group, that's perfectly fine. Just click into the video, come over to our group, join our group, and we can all come together as part of that whole thing. And you can comment, leave your comments here, ask us questions, so that we can be in one area. We've shared this thing all over the place, trying to get as many people here. So please feel free.
This is yet another thing that we can't share, but I promise to you it's funny. Humor's humor, people.
Wow.
We've all got that friend that just knows how to take it too far at the right time. But you got to be able to laugh about the serious stuff. I wouldn't be alive right now if I couldn't laugh about the serious stuff.
That brings up a good point. A very funny statement by George Carlin. Great, funny comedian. If you haven't heard any of his things, you need to watch.
Listened to him last night with a brother.
Really?
Down for a nice drive. Yeah. Yep.
Carlin is awesome. The one thing that came to mind when you were just talking about that was how you had said, people, something to the effect of can't find humor in everything. And he said, I can find humor in anything. And they said, really? We'll find humor in rape. He goes, okay, well, I can find humor in rape. Picture Porky Pig raping Elmer Fudd. So you got to laugh and enjoy about everything.
What did I just do?
You clicked into a video.
How do I hit stop?
That's how you hit it.
Okay.
See, so proud of baby Noah's. Now he's looking so big. He's on Facebook, but he's not on Facebook. So this was our 1,000 viewer challenge. We've got him on Facebook, but he's not on Facebook. So step one.
Again, not the proper venue to rag on Facebook when I'm on Facebook. And this lady named your mom is on there. I think it's saying stuff to you.
Hi, Mom.
It would be pretty creepy if I said hi. You know what? We're not even going there right now. Nope. That's a story for another day. Dun, dun, dun. Get you intrigued. Maybe that worked. Just ridiculous like that. Oh, wait. Question. Researching, studying field, long time. Awesome. Well, brother, whether it's been 10 minutes or 10 years or 100 years or 10 seconds, if you're in here to find some answers, I hope you find them. I hope the field treats you with respect, and I hope you treat it with respect, and that you find the things that your heart's looking for. I really mean it. We're here to help in whatever capacity we can. Thank you for being direct and honest. Bill, again, thank you. I think you asked a question before that. I'll try to get down to it. Sorry, man.
Another thing along with that is, welcome to the field, as Noah had said. But I hope you got a comfy chair and good snacks because it's going to be a while. It's something once you put forth the effort, the attention to it, and the amount of research that it takes to be a good, knowledgeable investigator. You're always learning something new. So no matter how much you've learned, there's always something new to learn tomorrow. And that's in anything, but particularly in this field, especially like we were alluding to earlier, how activity manifests in different environments. So
just don't talk about manifest destiny. That's a whole other subject.
Yeah, we're not going there.
If you got that joke, and it was supposed to be a joke, good for you. Sorry, I'm corny at the worst time.
It's okay. It's okay. You're forgiven. I'm looking at my computer screen that it's sad what's on there. I don't know. Okay, it's gone. That was horrible. Oh, wait, it's still there.
Yeah, there's a problem on this one, too. All this is still here. Really? Yeah. There's a ghost messing with it again.
I don't know. We got to have some fun here. It's all in fun. We did have some good questions kind of coming around from other things, people throughout the last couple weeks. One thing that we can go to.
Just responding again to some people that don't want to comment inside of this. I get it. I understand, but I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I may have to stay off the phone.
It's okay. Everybody's on phones. Just like everybody's on Facebook. What's happening?
It's a slim chance, but I'm going to throw a shout out here. I'm just going to talk about movies again for a minute. Dude, that freaking Deadpool 2 trailer, all the trailers, all the hidden Easter eggs. Dude, Ryan Reynolds and Tim and their whole crew, they are fantastic. They are knocking it out of the damn park. Brolin with the picture that he did with the stone mouth shot. Like, those guys are awesome, and they're bringing spice and humor and awesomeness and chimichangas back to it. And they're just, Ryan, dude, I know there's like less than a 0% chance you will ever see this, but thank you for being you. So amusing, so funny. If only everybody else could take a clue from the passion, the heart, the humor, the awesomeness, the maximum effort that you are putting into it, and start giving us fan-made movies like what you've done. Dude, just the preview alone is better than most of it, and a lot of the comic movies that have come out. Thanks, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Again, this is me pretending like somehow he will ever see 1 second of that. But, dude, just the preview alone is just fantastic.
I agree.
So, there we go.
And don't forget, it's always huge in his hand.
Okay, to get to the stuff that we're actually here to talk about. I go off on movie rants, people. It's just the way it is. Okay, some people ask some things. Keep hearing other noises or voices, listening through my headphones. Greg, you want to talk for a minute?
Sure.
I've responded to a few different things.
So, Bill, is that from an investigation, or are you hearing that while you're doing an investigation, or just randomly wearing headphones, running, jogging, treadmill, cooking dinner, and hearing stuff? Because there's a whole lot that no one knows about the paranormal field, and anyone who calls themselves an expert, don't physically slap them, but in your head slap them. Because there's no experts. And I spoke with some people that are part of the administration group on Supernatural and Paranormal University now, about one of my theories. And, all kinds of technology, way before there was radio signals and everything, you had people like Nikola Tesla, hearing these type of things, hearing voices. Konstantin Radev, I think if I pronounced his name right, from Germany, great German physicist and scientist. He created a specialty microphone to try to capture these voices. Excuse me. I just had a massive burp. But anyway, we really don't understand where EVPs come from. We don't understand, how a spirit or someone who's passed is Hey, Billy, that's probably my kids. We're in our basement. They're upstairs. So that's probably what you're hearing.
Or maybe it's something else. You never know. For example, I bet you've gotten footage and pictures of things that you got, but yet you go back to watch it and it's a corrupted video file or deleted, or there are things there that don't make any sense once, but then you go back to listen to them again and they're not. All of those things dabble in that world of impossible nature. So it could be the kids, the pups upstairs. It could be something where you are. I'm not meaning to freak anybody out. Or it could be the impossible realm. And I bet you know what I'm talking about when I say that. We deal in the world of paranormal. And impossible things happen constantly. There is no arguing with that. There are the people that believe in these things, and there are idiots. Just the way it is. So, buddy, you never know what you might be hearing. I wish we could be there with you and go through it with you at a more personal level. But there's everything Greg said was spot on. But we're not there experiencing exactly what you are. So it could be a lot of different things. I'm not saying it is one or the other, but just like you have to do in this field, you stay open, but you know how to be open to the right things at the right times, in the right areas, around the right people. There. Is that direct, but somehow completely indirect?
Sure, yeah.
Apparently that's how I talk sometimes. Nope.
We're going to try to load something here. If it works, we'll have a few pieces of evidence that we'll kind of review and kind of go over here a little bit. Kind of trying to do this on the fly here. We'll take a look and a quick peek.
Cool. Good. I appreciate that. Hope you got good info out of it. Just as I'm sure you've had to say to others before too. It's just the way that this stuff goes. He's about to put up a pretty cool link. And I'm sorry that that's mirrored, but I think you get what I mean. Here, if I go like that, which is the wrong way, does it point at him? But there'll be some neat stuff that he's going to link us to.
All right.
Maybe.
So, it's loading here a little bit. We've put this link out on Facebook, in the Supernatural Paranormal University group. We have also Shared this at numerous presentations we've done. This is some more recent evidence that we've captured that is just quite beyond phenomenal. And Gavin Kelly and Paula Purcell from their show on Amazon, The Phantasmic Journey, they have collaborated with this presentation here and presented some evidence. She was here to kind of go over his stuff, or at least on with us. So what we'll do is we'll just go through what we've got here so far. Yeah, it's kind of loading here. So while it's loading, I'll kind of move it to the side a little bit. All right.
Oh, and I clicked the wrong thing again. Big surprise. Oh well.
It's okay. So this is just some of our sponsors that have helped out with it. We're going to get past that a little bit here. Well, big shout out to them. They're at season 2. I think launching on Amazon. I think they're in the process of filming season 3. So good times. This is some evidence that Gavin has presented. So it's hopefully we can kind of get in there a little bit with it, but we'll move on. Well, you know what?
What's that? Yeah, that's
what, all right.
That's frightening. We're just not going to comment about that one. Man.
Oh, come on. Where we go? Where we go here? Okay.
Ooh. Freaky stuff.
All right, so we're going to pull up this first picture here. This is something we captured, oh my God, 6 years ago. This September will be 6 years that we captured this piece of evidence. And it is still mind-blowing today as it was back then. So I'll kind of walk you through this location. We'll let Noah talk about the location. I'll walk you through the evidence.
We're going to talk about the location that we don't talk about?
To a degree, yes.
Okay. Bad place, bad things, bad energies. There's no polite way to put it. The people that lived there were tortured so much so that most of the time they were there, they couldn't be there. I hope you get what that means. A lot of negative things happened to them in that house. Negative things happened to their kids. Unfortunate things happened to those that even tried to visit. This was not a pleasant place. It's not a livable place, which is why it's not now being lived in. Maybe you followed that. Maybe it made sense. Okay. Out of respect, sometimes we don't get into too much detail. I'm not meaning to sound as vague as I'm sounding, but I'm also meaning to sound that vague at the same time. This was not a pleasant location. Sometimes sealing a location and restarting from anew is what has to happen. This was one of those, and that's about all I'm going to say about that. Not really, but for now. Greg?
So we'll kind of go over this wonderful piece of evidence here really quick. This picture, I'm going to bring it back up here, is actually you can see Noah in the middle of the picture.
Really?
Right.
Wow. This looks like a big bald guy. Oh, wait.
I went forward. We don't want to go forward. What happened here? Well, these are also other pictures from that same location. So let me get back here to it. So right here in the middle of this picture, you can see Noah, who has his back to the camera. And right in here, just to the right of his head, you can see some motion blur where Noah's head moved. And then farther to the right, around that red line, just behind it, you can see the outline of our client who was there discussing everything before they left for the evening so that we could do the investigation. This thing manifested in front of her, and our investigator at the time caught the picture, who said nothing to us, did not want to elaborate about anything to try to influence the investigation, and that's something that's really hard to do. You know, especially with something as exciting as this. And here's a better picture, an outline here. We can kind of see. Let me get back to it. Damn it. You can kind of see here what's going on. Very crazy, very creepy, very eerie of what was there. You know, this is some very fantastic evidence, and I'm not going to lie, I probably would not have been quiet about it. And it's something that we really have to be, you know, during an investigation, you know, because there's a lot of things that go into it. And if you jump to presenting something like this, you're conditioning your other investigators and everyone there to expect a certain outcome. And then your investigation is tainted because you're doing things of knowing of this outcome and trying to produce more of that, etc. So we try to keep it as calm and basic as possible. This is another great piece of evidence that we captured at this location. This is actually me in front of the camera this time, in front of the couch. And you can kind of see the outline there of I call it a man, a figure that is sitting on the couch. This is an edited picture, so you can kind of see it a little clearer. But we didn't really notice that at first. The first thing we noticed was down here about knee level there are two little things. Don't really know what to call them.
Weird. It's kind of crazy. It's like they're similar to, you know, somebody that's had a tattoo on them since late childhood. Amazing how that happens, huh?
But that's an impossible thing. That's not something that can happen, right?
Until it does, which is what we deal with.
So we'll move on here to, this is the original image, so you can kind of see the outline of the male figure sitting there on that couch. You know, Sherry, I don't know that I would call these things demons. Here's a close-up and a little more clearer version of that. And this thing is definitely interesting and attention-getting. Even though we do believe that there was demonic activity at the location.
Or if you don't want to use the term demonic, negative in nature. Because if you know us, you know that we understand the theological standpoints and the scientific and have a lot of respect for both. But I'm a strong believer, and again, he won't say this quite as abrasively because he's more respectful than I am about this. If you don't understand both sides and know both sides and realize it's both, and more, then I think you're misleading yourself and those that you're speaking to. I don't want to not say the truth, and for me, that's truth. So, not meaning to offend, but it may certainly be demonic. But I just want to leave room for the people that would just want to call it negative, or angelic, or positive, or variants of all of the above.
And even farther, old school, are these elementals? Is this proof of an elemental or a fairy? We have the image here on the left in this picture that if I was to say what a fairy would look like, that would probably be a good description. And the one to the right, I would probably say kind of an elemental. I think we have a combination of things here, and those things really aren't talked a lot about in American paranormal research. They're more laid back toward, European, because everyone has that perspective in Europe. Those, that history of, nature spirits affecting, your property, your outcome, and, religion has made it kind of taboo to really talk about them because, moving from, paganism and multiple religions into Christianity and Catholicism and Islam, those type of things weeded out a whole bunch of stuff. And if it wasn't, especially through the Crusades, if it wasn't, deemed Christian, it was deemed satanic in nature. It was deemed to be devil worshiping, and that led into like the 1600s with the Salem witch trials. It just never stopped. So in American paranormal research, elementals and nature spirits and those type of things really aren't even talked about or considered. But if they exist, and I'm using if here, why would they be limited to one location? If they are very possible of existing in Ireland, Scotland, Great Britain, Europe, Norway, Sweden, that whole area, why would they not exist in North America or South America or Australia? There's a ton of things that American paranormal research is very arrogant about, in my opinion. A lot of egos get in the way. People want to eliminate from one aspect and label it something and move on. The truth is, no one knows. These pieces of evidence, no one has a clue what they are. I'd love to tell you I know 100% what they are, but what I do know, and we took a very abrasive point when we talked with our clients and got their permission to release these photographs, back in early 2013, that we deemed these as proof of the paranormal. We took a very abrasive stance on that, a very positive and outgoing statement. And I don't know anybody that could doubt that. And I know they're not absolute proof, but there's no way to debunk these images. There's no way to experience what we all experienced through the investigation, after the investigation, what our clients experienced. And that's an aspect that happens with every person that has a paranormal experience. Once you've lived it and experienced it, no one can convince you otherwise that it's not.
Amen.
These are just fascinating.
Lo and behold, and keep in mind, he said that this was 6 years ago. Barely a few months ago, we're called to another location. I can't give information on this location out of respect, and because there's lots of places we've been that we can't talk about. I've been in this long enough. You know what non-disclosure agreements are. Okay. Anyway, we end up in a family member's home that's related to these people. We were unaware of this until it was said and done. We closed. I don't like people that do the quotations in the air, but sometimes it fits. Whatever. Shout out to George Carlin there. Okay. Anyway, we closed that investigation not even a few months ago without knowing it. We'll elaborate on that one if you ask. But it's amazing how things work. I guess I can go and say, how small the world is. Some people don't like that term, whatever. I can't even phrase it that well. But the elements that happened at the original location that carried over to the one that we were just at, the connections, the things that were found out and closed without us knowing that that's what we were doing, were profound, and that's putting it lightly. The effect that had on the amount of people that it had was profound. Some people are made to handle this field of research, and some people are, and neither are right and neither are wrong. Different people are just meant for different things, and if you've heard me talk before, you've heard me say that, and it's one that I'll continue to say. Different people are meant for different things. That night, I did this field of research for several, but it needed to, and there's nothing wrong with it ending people being in this field. Sometimes things happen that people just aren't designed to deal with. This was one of those nights. Decent way to phrase it.
Yeah. So we're going to go on to this picture of evidence here. In my opinion, this is kind of very, very troublesome, with especially what we all experienced at the location of how this entity or entities were able to disorientate the equipment. And you would think that this picture was manipulated by the entity, and unfortunately it was not. This picture is capturing the person being manipulated in front of the camera. This is not technical. What happened is the person transformed in front of us. We could all see this with our own eyes. This captured that. And it's remarkable how strong things can be, especially when they're negative and they intend to do harm and hurt others. This physical manifestation is very troublesome. It's just a little something that we wanted to kind of share here with this picture. We'll kind of move on to the next one. So this one is going to be kind of a series of pictures. This is at a very well-documented haunted location, not too far from us. Come on through, picture.
I think it is.
Yeah, it'll take a second here. This kind of screen gives you a little outline of what's happening in the picture. I'm not sure why it's not there. A little bit of a delay.
Us having technical difficulties, it's like we work in the field of paranormal research or something. Boom, boom.
We'll go back to picture then. Okay, so this is a thermal image of that location. And you can kind of see the crosshairs from the FLIR camera. This is a few days to a week right after a Christmas party. Is it a week? I think it's about a week. Yeah. After a Christmas party that they held at the location. And the orange glow to the right, they had a chair where Santa sat in, and one of our investigators or guest investigators was sitting here at the time of this picture. Actually, I think it was Noah. I took this picture.
Santa's chair.
And we're looking straight at an angle in the very back corner. There's an exit door. You can see the red glow above that. Well, where this entity appeared is right in front of an office chair, next to a podium, in front of a bulletin board, basically almost right smack dab in the middle of the room. And you can kind of see a little bit in this picture where the arrow is. It's kind of sitting over the office chair, so you can get an idea of the approximate height of this entity. And if you look and compare that, that is about the size of a child. Now, what is also amazing with this is we were getting responses through the spirit box and the ovulus of a child's voice coming through the spirit box. Actually, a couple of children and some adults as well. But this was really kind of creepy. We really had no expectation to really capture anything like this. We'll see if this next picture will load here for us. Kind of does a little bit more of the outlining of what I just kind of described here for you. So we'll move on to the next picture. What happened here?
We're going to answer somebody asking some questions here.
Sure, go ahead.
While you converse.
All right, so there's a little bit better outline of that picture. I'm not sure why the next slide's not loading. But we'll give it a second and see if it loads. But this was very interesting for us to capture. Disembodied voices coming through the spirit box, as well as communication coming through the ovulus that validated what was coming through the spirit box, that validated this image. The image speaks for itself. An image is something that can be manipulated, etc.
I hope that answer fits. If not, feel free to ask again.
But this, we got a few frames of this happening in a row, and I'm not sure why they're not loading. But anyway, Jessica, my wife, actually came from behind where the monitor is, behind this sign where it says the child anomaly, and came between the office chair and the podium and stood between it and the door, and we could still see it there. It was still there. Everything in the purple and blues is cold. The orange and yellows is heat. It's the way this camera is set up to be. And, this kind of portrays a hot spot just in front of the chair there. What is amazing is that all three, devices, the FLIR, the ovulus, the spirit box, they all corroborated each other to make this a very important piece of evidence. And then we have a few other things kind of on here that we'll just get to. There's a lot of debate about orbs. Can they be seen? Are they paranormal? Are they only captured on video or photography equipment? And the answer is no. They can be seen with your eyes. They don't have to be captured on video or photography equipment. And what really comes to light is stuff like this, that there's obviously no light source for any of these things. If this was a light shining from the ground or a flashlight, you would be able to see other areas of that in the photograph. Is every orb, or what people consider orbs, paranormal evidence? We don't think so. But we do think that there are some that are very well proven to be, well, I can't say proven to be, but speculated to be evidence of the paranormal. Gonna let Noah take over here for a second. Got anything to add, bud?
Yeah, just throwing that answer out there for.
He's getting used to Facebook. He's hating it, but he's enjoying
I'm not getting used to Facebook. No. Okay. What I would have to add, people, you never know what you're going to run into. I understand the controversy of it, and there will probably continue to be. But unfortunately, in the last few years, so many people have just, picked up a camera and taken pictures that just have no relevance to anything with some dust particles or bugs flying around, and that is completely 100% for sure evidence of freaky paranormal things, and it's just not. There's more to it. There's more to it. You need to put more time, more dedication, have more understanding of these things. And there are people that are naturals at it, just like anything. And there are people that study it and have years under their belt that just know nothing. It's just the truth of it. Look at any field that needs licensed professionals. I'm sorry, there's, again, I'll say this, I'll just keep beating this dead horse. There are those that will agree with me, and there are those that are wrong. That's it. I bet there's people that are watching this now, people that will watch this in the future, that are in fields that need licensure, things like that. And you may be one of those people that has the lowest license on the totem pole. But you are absolutely more capable and know more about the field than the person that has 9 licenses or degrees on their wall. So people, sometimes it just doesn't matter. That I'm actually going to back off my high horse for a minute, believe it or not. There are real orbs and there are fake orbs. When you're in this field long enough, you'll know the difference. That's the brass tacks of it. That's the easiest way to say it. You need to spend the time, do the research, put in the dedication to get that ability to tell the difference. But when you spend enough time doing it, you will get that ability. There we go. How's that?
Couldn't agree more. So while this is kind of loading up here, I'm going to pull into something here in just a few moments. You had a great question.
Oops, sorry, I missed it. Residual hunting.
Residual hauntings are a little bit hard to lock down. They are things that usually have no knowledge that you're there, unable to interact with you because they're kind of like a tape, like watching a movie. It replays over and over at the same time, the same ingredients, etc. And no one knows how, why, or when it's going to do it. But when it does, it's very consistent. It's the same experience. Just like you take in a movie of, we'll say Shane and John Wayne. It's kind of a weird reference here, but, just taking that to your DVD player and putting it in and watching it over, and that's it's going to be the same movie. You're going to watch it the same way every time. You're going to see the same things, It's not going to change. And that's kind of the way the residual haunt is. It's going to be the very same thing. Yeah, so I'm kind of glad we got to share that little bit of evidence there.
As am I. And I'm trying to get back to our. Here we go.
We're going to bring in another piece of evidence here. This is a compilation of evidence from our investigation. We're going to throw in just this little quick video. Let's
We hope you like it.
Share, please. We'll just share to
as soon as I'm done moving it around. Here we go. Enjoy.
Give us a sign that you're here.
No, I won't. Working on it, people. Here we go.
You're standing right at the door, aren't you?
All right, so there was a little bit of nice little video there for us to kind of show some of the things that we've caught
From a minute ago, but
it's definitely
Yeah, we got
a little dated, but hey, you know the big thing to this is we are not here trying to pop our collar and put ourselves out to try to get fame and attention and all that. This is evidence that we were asked to provide, for our clients. We got a whole bunch of stuff on our YouTube channel. that you can go to check out youtube.com, The Paranormal Nights. Subscribe, check out our videos, share your playlist, comment, share with everybody. We got a few pieces of evidence on there from places that we've captured that are very attention-getting, and there's no way to really get around how important they are in the paranormal field. And that's just us. There's evidence that you've captured that is just as equally important. And that's why we need some help in this paranormal, the supernatural and paranormal university, so that we can all work together and make a difference.
I think we've about wrapped for the evening. Thank you for joining for the billionth time to the couple hundred that it says are in here, but somehow aren't in here. Don't blame it on me. I apologize. Thank you for joining. Upon request, we'll do this again. Hopefully we'll get a little more Q&A going next time. For those that have joined and been with us tonight, thank you. I hope that we answered a few things. Greg, what do you got, buddy?
Don't forget to visit facebook.com, search the Supernatural and Paranormal University, become a part of the evolution. Your voice will be heard and be a huge part in what we're trying to accomplish. Above and beyond that, it is not for profit. There's no profits or anything like that going to us. We are doing this completely as we've always done, free of charge. The one thing that you could do to help support the cause is go to customlifestyledesigns.com, search the Supernatural and Paranormal University, and you're going to find this shirt right here. You can get your very own Supernatural and Paranormal University t-shirt.
Greg, people sign it for me?
But you can.
Wow. I mean, if you really want that, whatever, we're pretending like you want that.
Yeah, the ultimate thing here is, whatever, this is a way to get the word out, to help spread the word, to help get, and, this is a billboard for that. So please go order your shirts. Ooh, lost for a second. Please go order your shirts, like, subscribe, join the Supernatural and Paranormal University, subscribe to youtube.com, The Paranormal Nights, and get back with us. We love hearing from you.
That's all I got. Look forward to talking to everybody again soon.
Peace.
That awkward